Good morning, friends. Lois with Ellie Grace's Attic here this morning with a little Monday morning motivation. I'm back on the back porch, right? It's beautiful weather here in North Alabama. You can hear all the birdies and the creatures just singing praises to the Lord. My puppy dog, Finn Baby's out here with me, and it's just a beautiful day. This is our first, minus the holiday week, our first full week of summer. The little boy's home from vacation. He went on a trip with the other side of the family, and so he is back, and we're just easing into our new schedule, summer schedule. And so we're going to be on the back porch most Mondays. I did take last week off because it was a holiday, but I'm here today with some motivation, and I want to talk to you this morning just briefly, read from the little devotion book, God Hears Her, about hard conversations, right? None of us want to have hard conversations, but man, we'll get on the internet and we'll just like write out all our ugly thoughts and all those things on the internet for the world to see. But that's not what Jesus calls us to do, right? He calls us to go to our brother or sister that we have an issue with and have those hard conversations face to face, one on one, in love, right? Then if it doesn't get resolved, then we call somebody else in, still in private, not on the internet, still in private, and we discuss with that mediator. And then the Bible gives us some other steps to take after that. You can find that, I think it's in Matthew 17 or 18, you can find this guidelines for biblical conflict resolution. But hard conversations, right? None of us, myself included, want to have those. But that's how we grow together. That's how we love on each other. In essence, doesn't mean you're going to somebody going, hey, let me help you out. Let me come alongside you and love on you. Let's talk this out. Let's resolve it together. That's what that looks like. That's what those hard conversations look like. And man, they might be hard to start with, but once they're over and you can truly, whether you have full resolution or whether that resolution just looks like you agree to disagree, there's such a peace that comes with that from the Lord. So let's just read through this devotion this morning. The scripture that they're using is Galatians 2:19, and it says, "For through the law I died to the law, so that I might live for God." This is Paul speaking, or the Lord speaking through Paul. And the devotion reads, "I remember when someone on our church ministry team responded with a disbelief upon discovering that my husband and I have disagreements. It's true, we, like any other family, have to work through conflict, right? Everybody argues at some point or disagrees. Spiritual maturity doesn't mean that we're exempt from challenges. Y'all, being a Christian does not mean you don't have challenges. Sometimes it's worse, right? And it doesn't mean that we try to hide behind a squeaky clean facade. I know sometimes Instagram and Facebook looks perfect, but trust me, we're all real here. We're all real. We all struggle with different things. We all argue. We all have conflict upon occasion. So the devotion continues on. Guarding our image is a temptation that we all face. The opinions of others can make us lose sight of the real call to discipline in Luke 9:23-24. And it can force us to choose to focus on how others see us. But this truth remains. A desire to protect our reputation is nothing more than a fear of other people in John 12:42-43. Disappointed with Peter's response to the Gentile believers in Galatians chapter 2, Paul was unafraid to engage him in a hard conversation. He reminded Peter that caving in to other people's desires was not the answer. Right? Peter, the rock, Peter, wanted to protect his reputation at this point, but Paul unabashedly comes to him and has this hard conversation with him. And it says, being authentic in the church means holding Christ's reputation above our own. Right? It's not about us, it's about Jesus. Only then will we be the city on a hill, the hope of Jesus shining in a world shrouded in the deception of appearances. Y'all, the world is dark and it needs us to be the light. And the only way that we can be the light is to focus on Jesus and Jesus alone, and to hold each other accountable in love and call each other up, right? To rise above all the crazy. John 12:42 and 43. I wanted to read that to you in the Message Paraphrase Bible from that. And it says, let me see. Bear with me a second. It's talking. Okay. The Message Paraphrase doesn't have the verse numbers. So sometimes it has the chapter numbers, but not the verse numbers. It says, I'll just read the whole little paragraph. On the other hand, a considerable number from the ranks of the leaders did believe. But because of the Pharisees, that was the super religious church leaders in the community, they didn't come out in the open with it. They're talking about believing that Jesus was the Messiah. They didn't come out in the open with it. They were afraid of getting kicked out of the meeting place. When push came to shove, they cared more for human approval than for God's glory. So who are we trying to improve or get approval from or impress? Right? The Lord or other people, right? So we can't be afraid to check our own hearts, right? To make sure we're working with the right motives, but also to come alongside our brothers and sisters, just like Paul did with Peter, and have those hard conversations with them, to call each other up in love, right? Not on the internet. Don't do that. Be kind to each other and hold each other up, so that we can all shine for Jesus in this dark world. So I hope that encourages you. Don't be afraid of the hard conversations. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding. Maybe you just thought you understood something a certain way, but until you ask, you won't know, right? So love on each other, encourage each other, build each other up. Don't be afraid of the hard conversations. Go out in the world and shine bright. So I am super excited this week. We are about to ship out our June Craft and Chow, which is super cute. It's a patriotic decorative cutting board. You guys are going to love it. There's still time to get a kit. So I'll post the link a little bit later today. You can grab one of those. Those will ship out this week. And then you and I can craft together live in the Facebook group if you subscribe. We'll do it live together. It's a lot of fun. I hope you'll join me for Craft and Chow. Even if you don't want to get in the live, craft group, you don't have to subscribe. You can get it a one-off kit. And you can do that at your home, in the privacy of your home, peace and quiet. There's an instruction sheet in there, and it's always super easy, so you can have your own private craft time. So you can get those individually, or you can subscribe to get a new kit every month. But I'd love for you guys to craft with me. It's so much fun, and there's always a yummy recipe in there, because you gotta have snacks when you craft, right? So that's happening this week. We're going to have a live craft later this week for you guys. I don't know quite yet what I'm going to do. I have a couple of ideas floating around. So we'll see what comes of that. But we got lots of things happening. So check that out on Facebook, Instagram. You can find us on Pinterest, YouTube, and even TikTok. So we're kind of all over the place. And if you don't want to miss anything that's happening, go up to the top of our Facebook page and subscribe to our email list. We send out an email every couple of months just with new updates of what's going on. Of course, if there's any special announcements in between, we'll shoot that out as well. But you guys get the first look at all the special new designs. So subscribe to the email if you don't want to miss anything. And there's always the one perk being on the email list is every time I send out an email, I send out a really good discount or some type of giveaway. Sometimes it's a free sign with any order. Sometimes it's a percentage discount. You never know what you're going to get. So that's a perk for being on the email list. So anyway, wherever you're at, I hope you enjoy some sunshine today. Get out, enjoy God's creation today. And I'll see you later this week with something crafty. Love you guys. Happy Monday. Mwah. God bless you.